Good evening. Now I'm going to give you some news about Portia Simpson Miller. Now, this first part is about her early life background. Portia Lucretia Simpson Miller was born on December 12, 1945, in Woodhall, St. Catherine, Jamaica. She grew up in humble circumstances and often spoke about the struggles of her early life, which shaped her passion for social justice and equality. Her upbringing gave her a deep understanding of the challenges faced by ordinary Jamaicans, and this empathy would later define much of her political career. Education and early career. Portia Simpson Miller attends Marley High School and St. Martin's High School before moving on to pursue further studies. She later earned a Bachelor of Arts in Public Administration from Union Institute and University of Miami, Florida. Before entering full-time politics, she worked in various roles, including as a secretary and in public relations, which helped her develop strong communication and organizational skills. Entry into politics. Her political journey began in early 1976 when she was elected as a member of parliament for the People's National Party (PNP) in the Southwest St. Andrew constituency, a seat she would hold for over 4 decades. She quickly became known as a strong advocate for the people and underprivileged, building her political reputation on her connection to grassroots communities. Rise within the PNP. Simpson Miller rose steadily through the ranks of the PNP. She held several ministerial positions during the 1980s and 1990s, including Minister of Labor, Welfare and Sports, and later as Minister of Tourism and Sports. Her tenure was marked by efforts to expand opportunities for women and improve labor conditions. She also championed Jamaica's athletics programs and tourism sector. This way she became the first female prime minister. In 2006, Portia Simpson Miller made history when she became Jamaica's first female prime minister, succeeding P.J. Patterson. Her ascension was seen in a groundbreaking moment for Jamaican women and a milestone in the country's political evolution. Her leadership was viewed as a breath of fresh air and charismatic and emphatic approach appealing to many Jamaicans. Term in office 2006 to 2007. Her first term as Prime Minister was brief but impactful. She focused as social programs. She focused on social programs and poverty reduction. However, her administration faced criticism over economic management and rising crimes. In the 2007 general election, her party was narrowly defeated by the Jamaica Labour Party, and she stepped down as Prime Minister but remained active in politics. Returned to power 2012 to 2016. Simpson Miller made a political comeback in 2012 when the PNP won the general election and she was sworn in again as Prime Minister. Her second term emphasized economic reform, infrastructural development, and continued support for social programs. She also prioritized education, healthcare, and job creation through her administration struggles with public debts and unemployment. Advocacy for republicanism and LGBTQ rights. During her tenure, Simpson Miller voiced support for Jamaica becoming a republic, indicating her desire to see the country move away from British monarchy. She also took a progressive stance on LGBTQ rights, stating during her 2012 campaign that no one should be discriminated against because of their sexual orientation. A bold position in her country, known for its conservative views on the issue. Legacy and retirement. Simpson Miller stepped down as PNP leader in 2017 and retired from representational politics shortly after. Her departure marked the end of an era for the PNP and Jamaican politics. Her legacy is one of the resilience, compassion, and stabilization leadership and trailblazing leadership as a female. As the first female prime minister, she inspired generations of women in Jamaica and across the Caribbean to pursue leadership roles. Number 10, impact and recognition. Throughout her career, Portia Simpson Miller earned numerous awards and honors for her public service and dedication to social causes. Her life story, rising from humble beginning to the highest office in the land, serves as a powerful symbol of possibility and determination. Despite political ups and downs, she remains one of the most influential and respected figures in Jamaican political history. So that's the history and on Portia Simpson Miller. Thank you.
Mrs. Simpson Miller, you have had quite a journey on the road of time. Certainly many lasting memories. What's that one particular moment that stands out for you?
My first was the night of the local government elections, when I contested for the strongest division for the JLP in the constituency. And at the end of the counting, I became the winner of the strongest JLP division in the island. The people asked me if I would stand. I gained a lot of support because people were saying, and at that time, I had my hair natural like yours. I was slim like your finger.
Yes, you were as slim as my finger.
Oh, Lord. All I had was a heavy head of hair then. And they were saying, my God, she could have been my daughter or granddaughter. Come me pick me. And so they would hold my hand and take me to the other persons in their yard. And I said, you see this girl? We must give her our support.
So 40 years later and going through that journey, what is the highlight you would say then of that journey and where it has taken you to today?
Well, my journey that I always think about is the girl from Woodhall that ended up in Jamaica House as Prime Minister. And it is not only a journey for me, but a journey for all the girls in this country, the children now in school, and the women of this country who will now know that they too can achieve what they want to achieve in life. Because it's a very important journey.
Looking back though, did you truly expect to get this far to a place where no other Jamaican woman has been?
I never thought for one moment that I would ever become Prime Minister of Jamaica. Never. I know what I liked to do then was always trying to improve my education. And like what at TUC, I usually go to Jamaica Commercial Institute in the evenings, where I took the Pitman London exam and got my 100 word per minute shorthand. So mine was always trying to see what more I could do in terms of my personal education.
Right.
And I think that was very good. My father named me from the Merchant of Venice. And that's why my name is Portia Lucretia, because Lucretia was Portia's secretary. And he said he was going to name his first daughter Portia. And when the first girl came, he said, no, this is not Portia. Second girl came, no, not Portia, boys and boy, and then Portia. And and another girl. And then he said, when I was born, he said, when they said he could now see the baby, he said, this is Portia. He wanted me to be a lawyer, but I ended up being more than a lawyer because I became the first female Prime Minister of Jamaica. And I believe that his spirit must have been celebrating that night when it was announced.
Tell us about the influence that Rex Nickleford had on your life.
Well, Prof called me to come and see him. And I went, and Prof said to me, Portia, I would love for you to do your program here at UWI. But you know what? I prefer if you do it overseas. He handed me an envelope and said, this is a letter to Professor Lar at Union Institute and University. You are to be in classes 1 day per week, from morning until evening. So you catch the first plane out and the flight coming back. That's how I got my bachelor's. Education is very important. My father was not a very educated man, but he knew enough to know that his children should be given a good education.
Yes.
And even if you get up and said your tummy is hurting, you still have to go to school. So he believed firmly. He was an ardent supporter of Norman Washington Manley. And all of that was because of education and Norman Manley's push in terms of agriculture and helping the farmers.
You go as far as using your own money to fund other people's children's education.
Yes, in the constituency.
Yes.
I do, because I feel that, as Norman Manley said once, show me a prosperous nation, and I show you an educated people. And what I want from my constituency is for the young people in the constituency to achieve quality education. The good thing about it is that those that I continue to pay their fees, in the evenings when they get home from school, they take, like the children who would be sitting for CXC and so, they take them and help them. So they also give back because of what I've done for them.
You help other students outside of your constituency, or is
Oh,
just
yes.
your constituency?
Yes, no. We help outside. There was a young man from St. Thomas that we did, and I did, a young lady as well. There are times when they give testimonials, and then the Portia Foundation assist if a student should be in trouble financially and cannot pay their university fees, then the foundation would pay the fees.
What are your views on the strides that Jamaican women have made in the society over the years?
I think they have made great strides. Once upon a time, we had men occupying certain positions, and they would have, they would really go to school for different areas, while the women would be mainly teachers and so on. But it came to a stage where the women of Jamaica said, no more. We are now medical doctors. We are now doctors by way of our education, where they get the doctorate. And women are in every field in this country. No one can complain about the achievements of our women. I think we can do more, but I think that the women came into their own and started to push themselves in a serious way. You go to the universities, the women are there. Teacher training colleges, the women are there. Name it, any profession, you find a woman.
Don't you think we have a long way to go as it relates to equality matters? Or
Well,
matters
that
of
is true,
equality?
but part of the challenge is that some of the women do not come into their own quickly and push themselves. Because sometimes you have to push yourself. When I had to go to Jamaica Commercial Institute and I get my homework, when I got home, before I have dinner, I would do my homework. Then I can have dinner. But for the women of Jamaica, there are a number of outstanding women making a valuable contribution to the development of this country.
And you don't think that
Some have
our
made
men
and they are
keeping
still
them
making.
down in any way or form? You
For
don't?
me, most of the Jamaican women will not allow their men to keep them back. Because they want to earn as well. And they'll point out most of the time, if you're working and I am working, then we will be able to do more for ourselves and for the children.
Even your harshest critics would agree that there has been a special love affair between you and the Jamaican people. In fact, we have not seen that with many other politicians and the Jamaican people. Why do you think people
I say I have to read about that lady, man, because I love that lady so much. Because my son used to work at her home. My son was a police officer and used to work there, like being their security guard or bodyguard and so forth. And I tell her, say, I remember getting some mangoes from her home. She said, mangoes for me. I tell her, say, the mango, I've never seen no mango nowhere else shaped that kind of way, you know. And I remember she used to have, I don't know her helper, but I used to hear about her helper Marva and so forth. So you see, I don't know her, but she's a kind lady, and she was a kind lady, because you know she don't have to know you to help. You understand me? They are just a helping set of people, and I'm telling you, man, you know, I missed her so much in the Jamaican politics. I missed her so much, so much, and I appreciate the time that she ran, you know, and so forth.
you have met that you admire, and why?
I met a number of them that I admired. I remember my visit with Fidel Castro, and he would not let me go. We kept on talking and talking and talking and talking. And even when one of his functionaries went to the door and like would be giving him a signal to stop, he just turned fully now to me and ignored totally. So even if they come to the door now, he's not seeing them. But we chatted and we chatted and we chatted and we chatted. So I couldn't see Raul, and I had an appointment to see him as well for a courtesy call.
Right.
So the following day when I went to Raul, he said to me, "Oh, you spent all of that time with Fidel last night. So why you stayed with him so long?" I said, "Because he is a husband." So if he was the husband, who am I? I said, "You're the boyfriend." And he laughed and he laughed and he laughed. So, but I think meeting a number of the leaders, and I was able to have gotten President Obama to visit with us. That I think was also a very important visit for Jamaica, particularly at that time. And we've had the Japanese visiting with us. We have had leaders from all over that visited with us. And I think that it augurs well for Jamaica that so many world leaders visited Jamaica, particularly during my time as Prime Minister.
You have announced a date, a departure date that is, as President of the People's National Party and as leader of the opposition. Are you satisfied with the state in which you're leaving your party, your beloved party, that is?
Well, I took it to a certain level. It is the responsibility not only of the party leader, but all the leaders of the party to ensure that the party remain vibrant and strong. If anyone can say anything about me as party leader, I worked very hard. I did more constituencies than anyone else could have done in the last election. I was all over the place without drinking a sip of water or eating anything. Until I get home sometimes 3, 4 in the mornings. And at that time you can't eat.
Right.
So I did my very best for the People's National Party. And I got a lot of support from people on the ground as well.
So there's nothing you would have done differently?
I'm not so sure I would have done anything differently. What I believe that parties, political parties should do differently is to engage more women in the process.
And you feel you did that with you feel you engaged
I tried hard. And the truth be told, and I'm sure that Senator Faulkner can attest to this, I brought in more young persons than at any other time.
What was it like working and being a part of Michael Manley's government?
Oh.
What was Michael Manley like?
Oh, he was easy to work with. And if there's any Prime Minister in Jamaica that loved me, it was Michael Manley. I'm not saying the others didn't love me, because PJ was very nice and thing to me, but Michael Manley had a different kind of personality from the calm, quiet, but brilliant PJ. I remember I was in my constituency and I got a call that the leader was to go to, that's Michael Manley, to country. I think it was Trelawney. I don't remember if it was St. Anna or Trelawney. It's a long time, but, and he said, where's Portia going to be meeting me? And they said, she's not going, we didn't tell her. But they called me and said, Mr. Manley looking for you. I said, tell him I'm in the constituency. So they told him, he said, tell her to leave constituency now. So I rushed home, had to get into the bath again, changed, then I called him. He said, where are you now? I said, home. He said, all right, meet me at such and such a point. And he was very angry with them that they didn't tell me he was going to country and I should be there as well. So he, I think, had a lot of love and respect for me. I remember they asked him about me, and he said, who are you talking about, Portia? Oh, Portia is a little tigress. But anywhere he was going, in like rural Jamaica and so if he was going to certain meetings,
He wanted you with
he
him.
asked, do you call Portia?
What's next for Portia Simpson Miller?
I have a good project coming up. I understand there are persons, including outside of Jamaica, asking questions about what I would do. But I believe in the interest of the young people of the country and the girls and the boys coming up, that they should hear my story. Girl from Woodhall to Jamaica House. The journey.
You going to write a book or are you going to go across the island?
No, I'm gonna do my story.
You're going to write a book?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the book.
Wow.
And there are people who volunteer to assist as well.
Do you have any idea when this will happen?
Can't say yet. I know that there's one educational institution that asked if I would allow them to do it. I've not responded to them yet. Why I would have an interest to tell my story is that the little girls and boys, whether they are in corporate area, towns or cities, across Jamaica will know that they too can make it.
I say I have to read about that lady, man, because I love that lady so much. Because my son used to work at her home. My son was a police officer and used to work there, like being their security guard or bodyguard and so forth. And I tell her, say, I remember getting some mangoes from her home. She said mangoes for me. I tell her, say, the mango, I've never seen no mango nowhere else shaped that kind of way, you know. And I remember she used to have I don't know her helper, but I used to hear about her helper Marva and so forth. So you see, I don't know her, but she's a kind lady, and she was a kind lady, because she don't have to know you to help. You understand me? They are just a helping set of people, and I'm telling you, man, you know. I missed her so much in the Jamaican politics. I missed her so much, so much. And I appreciate the time that she ran, you know, and so forth. Like, share, and subscribe, and drop a comment in the comment section. Thank you.